Hi, third grade. Welcome to East. I'm your principal, Dave Walsh. Here's a tour of our building.
Buses will begin entering the back of the building for drop-off for 8:30.
Here we are in the back parking lot of East. Through these gates is where the buses will enter. Proceed down to our cafegimatorium doors for drop-off. Buses will exit through the front back gate to wrap around the building.
As parents come to the school in the morning, please pull in to the side parking lot near the walker doors on the third grade side. Once buses are cleared, parents will be directed when to drive around the back of the building.
Parents could then proceed to the back and wrap around to drop their children off at the cafeteria doors.
Parents will also have an option to drop off their children at the walker doors and let the children walk around to the back of the building to enter in the cafegimatorium doors. Once students enter the cafegimatorium doors, they'll go through a line that is socially distant, keeping students 6 feet apart, and serpentine through the cafegimatorium to get acclimated to the temperature.
They'll have the option to pick up their free breakfast from the cafeteria and then begin to serpentine through. As they serpentine through, their temperatures will be acclimated to the school. When they enter the door here is where they'll be thermally scanned. This device was bought this year for each school building. Every student, child, faculty, staff will walk through this every day for a temperature scan.
Students who do show up with a fever will be brought to an isolation area, re-scanned by our nurse, and if a temperature is present, parents will be notified by our nurse. Once students are scanned and show no fever, they'll proceed to their homerooms where they will stay for the remainder of the day, with the exception for lunch.
Teachers will travel to the student classrooms for their lessons. All third grade classes will be in the pink hallway. Third grade teachers will start with Mrs. Haggerty. Third grade math will be Mrs. Whetstone. Reading teacher is Mrs. Smith. Third grade math, Mrs. McDonough. Third grade reading, Mrs. Foltz. And lastly is ELA skills with Mrs. Laubach. Students will see the desks are socially distant. Following our hybrid method, students will be seated every other seat, a minimum of 6 feet apart.
Students throughout their day will be seated 6 feet apart, and masks must be worn, with mask breaks being given throughout the day. All school lunches are prepackaged for your child. Students will have 2 options to choose from during homeroom. After lunch, students will have a supervised 10-minute recess in the playground with their teachers, and then return to their classes.
A couple other rooms to take note to are the nurse's office. Our nurse is Miss Susan Flynn. Our main office, where you could find myself, Mr. Lacomas, our dean of students, or Mrs. Bisecker, the secretary, and our library.
For dismissal, students will be called out by bus to the back of the school where they were dropped off.
For parent pickup, students who are in third grade, Mr. Murphy, Mrs. Penn, or Ms. Rugletic will exit through the third grade walker doors. Students who are in fifth grade or have Mrs. Tallarico, Mrs. Lindsay, or Mr. Benny will exit through the fifth grade doors. Sixth grade students will exit through the cafeteria. All students will make their way to the parent pickup line, which happens in this parking lot here.
Your children will walk to you.
Everyone here is excited for the beginning of the school year. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out to us here at Riverside East through my email, dwalsh@riversidesd.com, or call the school 562-2121. We can't wait to start this year, and we'll see everyone starting September 14th.